What's going on, everybody? Alonzo here with GulfCoastSmoke.com, and today we're making cross-cut beef ribs. Now, bear with me. I am filming alone right now. My wife is at ballet with my daughters. She's also got my son. I just got home from work, so we're going to start dinner just so we're not eating too late. If you guys remember, I used to do a lot of videos like this. I kind of stopped it because I'm not sure how much you guys liked them, but hopefully you enjoy this one today. We're going to get right into the action. Excuse the camera work. My wife is not here, so it might be a little bit shaky, but I promise we're going to get the hang of this. Okay, so you guys can see the cross-cut beef ribs that I have here today. I'm just going to go ahead and slice this open. These were in my freezer. I took them out 2 days ago to slow thaw. I didn't want to put them in water or anything. You can see the marbling on these looks really nice. Hopefully that's autofocusing fine. I'll put it in a few different cameras just so you guys can hopefully see that. But these cross-cut beef ribs look insane. The thing I like about them is they cook really quick. So we're going to be able to get dinner started here in just a minute. So I'm just going to go ahead and spread these out and dab them with a paper towel. There's a lot of moisture on these, and we're about to add our own moisture, so we really don't need all that everywhere. There's some on the cutting board as well. Sounds like the wife and the kids just walked in. What's up, girl? What's up, son? What are y'all doing, huh? How was ballet? It was good? Okay. You didn't see Miss Katie today?
Yeah, but I saw Miss Katie.
You did? Okay, well, that's pretty cool. That sounds awesome to me. Evie tried out the class? Well, that's pretty awesome. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit all of our cross-cut beef ribs with a good beef seasoning. And for that, we're obviously going to be using Southern Belle today. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'll put a link in the description if you guys are interested. And then on top, we're going to do a light layer of Southern Hospitality, not hot hospitality, just to give it a little bit of sweetness and that great barbecue flavor. Okay, and the other day I was watching Married to Barbecue on TikTok, and she did a really awesome looking steak recipe that she actually said was one of the reasons why she married her husband. So we're also gonna put some Worcestershire sauce on these. And I'm actually not gonna do it on every single one of them because my kids are very particular. I'm actually gonna move these to the side. They can have those. And then right over top, we're actually gonna do some A1 sauce. And honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and openly admit it. I think A1 sauce is amazing. I would honestly eat it on a steak if it wasn't for you guys roasting me. But I've always really liked A1 sauce. I actually like adding it to my pork and beans. So, I don't know. I think this is going to turn out outrageous. Let me do the other side, and then we're going to let these sit for a little bit. We're going to get outside, get our cooker ready, and then we're going to start this cook. And when they're all done, this is exactly what I'm seeing. I see all of that beautiful looking A1 sauce and that Worcestershire sauce on top. Now, I would like these to sit a little bit longer than we're going to let them to today, but we're just going to get the cooker started up and then we're going to throw these on. Today we're cooking on our Weber Jumbo Joe, and it's the perfect size for a weeknight dinner. So I do like using my Weber kettle the most, but it does take a lot of fuel. So I have this small charcoal chimney here that I think works really well for the Jumbo Joe and the Smoky Joe. So today we're going to get that completely full, and I don't want to smoke and I don't want to grill. I want something right in between. So around 300 degrees is going to work great. I am going to use a 2-zone fire today. I don't have a slow and sear for this, so we'll just push the coals off to one side and have the other side with a complete void. We'll start the beef ribs there, and then we'll move them over direct in a little bit just to get a nice little char on them. And around 15 minutes later, our charcoal is ready to pour in. It's nice and hot. I'll spread it around just a little bit. Put our cooking grate down. And now I'm going to put all of our cross-cut beef ribs in direct. So now that we've got them on the grill, you guys can see that there's actually not enough room. So I spoke a little bit earlier about this being the perfect size for a good dinner. And most of the time I do agree, but with these cross-cut beef ribs, it actually isn't going to work out my way. I won't be able to put my kids' cross-cut beef ribs on for just a little bit. So I kind of messed up a little bit there, but it's still going to be okay. After about 15 minutes, we're going to go ahead and check on our beef ribs. You can see that they've got a nice color that's going on here. And I just want to start temping them. And right now they're sitting around 135 degrees. So they're obviously nowhere near done. I want to take these to around 170 or so, but they are cooking. So I know a lot of people smoke these and they take them all the way to 200 degrees, but that's not what we're going to do today. I actually like a little bit of a bite on these. So now I'm going to flip these over. We'll get some color on the other side, and then in the end, like I told you guys earlier, we are going to sear these off. About 20 minutes overall. Now it's time to sear these. You guys can see that the color looks so amazing on these, and I love that I'm getting a little bit of sizzle on these bones. Now let's just go ahead and put a couple at a time. We want to get a nice crust on both sides, and then we're going to see how this A1 and Worcestershire sauce goes on these beef ribs. I honestly don't see how this is going to be bad, and I told you guys earlier that I really like A1, so I'm really expecting them to be very good. And about 45 minutes later, our cross-cut beef ribs are done. We've done these so many times, I know how delicious they are, but the topic of discussion was the A1 sauce and that Worcestershire sauce. How do you guys say it, by the way? Is it Worcestershire, Worcestershire, Wash Your Sister sauce? I've heard it about 500,000 different ways. Drop a comment down below how you guys say it. But hopefully we get some nice tanginess in there. I really like A1 because of the tanginess that it brings to meat. And again, I told you guys earlier, I like it in the pork and beans because they're kind of sweet. And then that tanginess comes together. And man, oh man, if you guys haven't tried that out, you absolutely have to. Let's take a quick bite. Beef ribs looking outrageous. Yes, absolutely I get A1 flavor in there. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I wanted. The savoriness, the tanginess, I get the Worcestershire in there as well. I think we put just enough to where it's not overpowering, but I 100% get it. Let me chew this bite, let's keep talking. Now the beef rib is cooked exactly where I want it. So I like taking them to around 165 degrees and then searing them over hot coals. Some of that fat over here gets so crispy and so delicious. And man, the tanginess really truly just comes through. It's awesome that it came through because I was just talking about that. So I don't know, do you guys like A1 sauce? I know that it's kind of something that's like taboo when it comes to barbecue. When it comes to grilling steaks, you're not supposed to put that on your steaks. If you have a good steak, you don't need sauce. If you have good barbecue, you don't need sauce. Man, at the end of the day, I say cook it exactly the way you want it. Shout out to Married to Barbecue for this idea. She did it on steaks, and I'll tell you what, they looked so good. As soon as she started marinating them, I knew this was something that I wanted to try. I didn't do it on steaks, but I did it on these cross-cut beef ribs, and that's basically, well, not really. It's not the same thing, but I still got the flavor that I wanted. I definitely think that this is worth a shot. If you guys have anything else out there that you use as marinades, drop them in the comments down below. We want to try something else. This was so successful that I'm ready to try the next thing. As always, really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Oh, and by the way, thanks for hanging out with me earlier. I know I had the camera and all that stuff. It was a little bit awkward, but we'll see you on the next one.